Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while, but I have been just not feeling the greatest lately. I kind of just wanted to take a little mini break from posting. I was still posting little things here and there, and I just posted yesterday, so I'm kind of getting back into the groove of things. I kind of been postponing doing my reading update, but we're here and we're ready to talk about what I've been reading lately. It's going to be kind of a long one, but I'm going to try and not rush through, but I'm going to try and get through this as fast as possible. So let's just get to it. First up, the last thing I had read was Project Hail Mary, which I ended up not enjoying, which sucks, but I mean, different strokes for different folks, right? So after that, I'm going to group these all together because they are manga. I read the first four volumes of My Dress Up Darling because I just got caught up on the show and I'm very impatient. And I heard that the manga is actually finished. So I started reading those. I borrowed them from Libby and I just love it. It's just so cute. It's very like friendship is everything. And it's very much like be yourself, enjoy the things you're doing as long as you're not hurting anybody. Like, be loud about what you like because you like it. It's fine to be loud about the things that you like. It's okay to enjoy things. It's okay to enjoy fandoms. It's okay to enjoy cosplaying. It's okay to enjoy, arts and crafts, things like that. The message is very on par to a lot of things that I believe. So it's very, very cute. And the cute little romance between them, it's so good. It's so good. I'm waiting for the next four volumes to come in so I can continue it, but I'm really excited to continue that one. Next was my November book club book, Pretty Girls. I posted a little like video about this real quick, but literally, once again, I'm not a thriller person, but as my book club keeps picking thrillers, but that's fine because I enjoyed this one. It was a tough, tough read, man. Just so hard to get through. And not because of any kind of writing issues, not because the book wasn't good. The book was good. The theme of it was just so dark. It was so heavy. And I posted once again another video saying, like, people are always complaining about putting trigger warnings and dark romances and stuff. And valid, once again, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be, there should be, but if that's the case, then this book needed some hardcore trigger warnings because I was listening to the audiobook and I was listening to it at work. And I was just standing there like, oh my God, holy shit. Like, I personally wasn't like triggered. It was just the topics and the just what was being discussed and what was happening in this book was just tough. It was so tough. I'll say this, I'm probably gonna put this in the beginning too. I talk spoilers in these, okay? So if you don't want to be spoiled for certain books, I suggest maybe fast forwarding through, coming back. Do what you got to do to protect your peace and all that good stuff, but I'm going to talk spoilers. This book was heavily themed on the violence against women and girls and kidnappings and torture and rape and just the exploitation of women and girls, and they go into detail about it and how it just was this big ring and all these, and it was men. I'm not saying only men are perpetrators because we all know that's not true. We all know anybody can be a predator. But it was just this large ring of men who a lot of them were in positions of power that are there to protect people, like police, like FBI, like I I want to say politicians, but we all know how that goes. But like all these men were in positions of power. They were heads of their families, they were fathers, they were like, it was just really, really tough to read. Once again, the themes were tough. It was a good book. It's definitely not for everybody. And I think it definitely needed some trigger warnings because I went into it not realizing what it was about. And I mean, that's on me 100%. That's not on the author. That's not on anybody else but me. I should have did a little more research, but I do like going into books blind. So once again, that's on me. That's on nobody else but me. And it was just I was texting in our book club group text or group chat, and I was just like, this book is insane. This is crazy work. Oh my God. I had to take breaks. The last book that I had to do that with was A Little Life, where I literally had to. A Little Life, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was triggered a little bit. That once again, that's on me. I continued reading it. I gave that book 5 stars. Pretty Girls, I didn't give a star rating because for me, it just felt weird, especially with everything that was being discussed, everything that happened in that book. It just felt weird for me to give it a star rating. I enjoyed it. I really truly did. Will I ever read it again? Probably not. Probably not. Do I recommend it for hardcore thriller readers? Yeah, you guys would probably enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. I think you would enjoy it. I'd enjoyed it. I just don't want to give it a star rating. It just feels icky to me. It gives me the ick to give the topic or a book with the subject matter that this book had a star rating. So I'm just gonna leave it at that for this book. Next, this was a reread for me. I've been wanting to reread these books and kind of maybe continue on with the series because now I just realized that it's a series. I read Angels and Demons. It was an audiobook that I borrowed from Libby and I got through it in like a day. I remember enjoying it more than I did this time around. I don't know why, but like it was still good. I still enjoyed it. Like the story was still there. It just it didn't bring as much joy to me as I guess I remember it bringing to me. I remember maybe it's because like the whole mystery of it and the whole like figuring out like everything that happened and how the Pope's assistant, I guess, kind of orchestrated all this so he can become the Pope and how he just like killed people. I guess because of that whole mystery of it wasn't there anymore, it kind of took me out of it a little bit. Still enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. So, still a solid read, still something that maybe down the line I would also reread again just for funsies. Once again, nothing too crazy. It was a fun read. Then I have my book club book for December, which was Ask for Andrea. And this is another thriller, but this one I gave this book 3 stars. But once again, I'm not a thriller person, but this was enjoyable simply because of the perspective that we get from it. This book isn't told in it's told in the victim's perspective, but the victims are already dead. Their ghosts are telling their stories and how they're is coping with the afterlife and how they haven't moved on and this is not how they expect it to go. And then you kind of get flashbacks from all these girls. Believe there's 4 girls. You get the flashbacks on how they meet the guy that murdered them and how he went about it and how this guy used a dating app to lure these girls in and he was like too good to be true. And then you also get perspectives from them as ghosts and how they follow him around, or certain ones follow him around and other ones stay with their bodies because they are trying to get people around them to find them because they want to be found. They want people, they want their families to know what happened to them. And later on in the story, they all kind of come together as ghosts and they're like, no, we're not going to let him keep doing this. We're not going to let him get away with it. And then I like this thing where they were able to interact to a certain point with the people around them. And it kind of gave me the vibes of like the way that they were like interacting with the other women that this dude was going after. It was like they were being their conscience. Like they were like screaming at these women and then like the way these women were interpreting it, it was like their intuition. Like what if that was true? Like what if our intuition is women who have passed on and are screaming at us about things that they're seeing and they're like, don't do that, don't go with this person, don't do it, don't do it. And like we interpret that as our intuition, but it's really women from the past who are trying to prevent us from making the same mistakes they did. I don't know, I just think that's pretty cool to think about. But they also like they use that power to help because this dude turns out that he is married. He has 2 girls, he has 2 daughters. Fucking insane that this dude is doing this and he has 2 daughters, but he's a sociopath. There's you cannot convince me otherwise. This man is a sociopath. But they help kind of bring about his downfall in their little interventions and how their ghosts are able to interact with the world around them, with the people around them, like I said. And as the police are kind of closing in on him, he runs, he books it, but he takes his wife and he takes his kids, and he's starting to realize like this is going to sound terrible, but this is in his perspective, that they are a liability. He's trying to run off into the woods and live in the woods, and he's realizing that if he takes his wife and his daughters, they're not going to be in the woods for very long because there's not enough provisions. He comes to the conclusion that he's going to save himself because he knows he fucked up killing women, and the best way to prevent any of this from happening, from him getting caught, from him having to survive out in the wilderness with nothing, is to kill and murder his wife and his daughters. And these ghosts are like, no, we are not going to let that happen. So they kind of like help guide the wife to getting away from him. Like I said, 3 stars. It was good, but it wasn't great. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the different perspective and how the story was told in a different way. It was good. 3 stars. Recommend it. Give it a try. Especially the audiobook. The audiobook was like really, really good. Then we have another reread, which is part of a bigger reread that I'm doing for myself mostly. Is I'm rereading the Empire of the Vampire trilogy. Well, I'm rereading the first 2 books because the third and final book just came out last month, and I want to get to it, but those books are so big and they have so much information that I kind of want to be as refreshed as possible. And I just finished the first book, and 5 out of 5 stars. One of my favorite books of all time. Such a great book. The characters are complex. The story is very, very, I can't remember if he ever came out and said it. And I mean, once again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not here to tell other people's story, but it definitely seems like Jay Kristoff is working through some religious trauma through these books, because Gabriel de Leon literally lost his faith, and for good reason too, because I mean, he lost everything that he had fought for. He really truly did. And his last and final mission, because this man is going out in a blaze of glory, he is going out in a blaze of glory, is to kill everybody that was involved in the murder of his wife and his daughter. And he is a very complex character. I think he is. He describes himself as a bastard. He's like, I'm a bastard. I don't know why you people keep thinking that I'm some kind of fucking hero, that I'm here to save the world, because I'm not. And I agree with that to a point, because he's not. He's not here to save the world. He doesn't give a shit about the world. He hates the world. He hates everything about it. He just wants to avenge his family. But to an extent, people make him seem like he's just some terrible person. But no, he's just a dude at his wits' end who lost everything that ever meant anything to him. But yet, he still helps people. When he goes to these towns and all these vampires show up, like the beast shows up, and like he is like saying like he's going to tear this town apart if they don't give him Dior, which is, at this point in time, he is the holy grail that they are searching for, that's supposed to bring the end of Day's death. But he easily could have fucking booked it. He could have left and was like, y'all are on your own, this ain't got shit to do with me. But he doesn't. He stays. He fights. He puts his life and his body on the line. And is he cocky? Yeah. He knows he's good at what he does. He does. And I mean, there's no denying it. He's great. And the whole book is people telling him that his greatest sin is pride, which I mean, it's not his greatest sin, but yeah, he is very prideful, and the church is so against that. But I mean, dude knows he's good, and he knows that he's good. So I mean, it is what it is, right? 5 stars. Loved this book. Can't wait to get to the second one. I'm gonna read one of my library books, then I'm definitely getting back to that one. And then another library book, which is Another Libby Hold, which I'll get into next. But yeah, Empire of the Vampire, highly, highly recommend. It is, I believe, the genre or the subgenre of fantasy is grimdark. I believe that's what this book is classified as. Don't quote me on that, but it's a dark book. Not dark in like, well, I mean, themes a little bit, but it's very violent. It's very violent. It's sad. It's all around such a great book. It's what I would expect from a vampire book written by Jay Kristoff, who wrote Nevernight. It's exactly what I would expect Jay Kristoff to write. So 5 out of 5 stars. Can't wait to reread the second book. I'm gonna go through this next one very briefly because I didn't enjoy it. And it is The Last Man Volume 1 Unmanned. It's a graphic novel. I gave it 2 stars. It had potential that I was really looking forward to, but it just came off as pretty much saying if every man on earth died, that the women wouldn't know what the fuck to do. That it would just turn into chaos, which I'm not saying it wouldn't. I mean, in the beginning, I'm sure it would be utter chaos, but it's giving the tones that like women would miss men and they wouldn't know what to do, and certain things would just fully collapse. And it's just like certain things, yeah, probably. And it's not because the men are gone, it's just because a lot of the infrastructure, I guess, yeah. I guess it would be because the men are gone, but not because they're better. It's just because the infrastructure is so dependent on them that it would fully collapse until women would be able to kind of get in there and get that shit going again. But it just it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It really did. I had high hopes for it. I really wanted to like it, but I really truly didn't, and I probably won't continue on with the series. So yeah, 2 stars, 2 out of 5 stars. Really did not enjoy it. And last but not least, I read volume 1 of the light novel for The Apothecary Diaries. I binged season 1 and season 2 of the anime in like 2 days. I have I'm in like the middle of my third rewatch of it. I love that anime so much, and season 3 is not coming out till October of next year, and it's going to be in 2 parts, which I fucking hate. But then there's also going to be a movie, I believe, next year, and I'm too impatient for that. I am too fucking impatient. So I was like, I'm going to read the light novels, and I borrowed the first one from my library, and I just finished it like an hour ago. It's it was super good. 5 out of 5 stars. It took me a little bit to get through because it's literally what happens in season 1. 100%. If you watch the anime and you read the book, it's literally almost the exact same thing. You get a little more in depth of, feelings of everybody and all that good stuff, and you could kind of see, like, you see Jinshi fall for Mao Mao, like that's a given. We all know that was gonna happen. But you can kind of see Mao Mao falling for him. And she's very like she goes from, oh, he's like ethereal, but then she starts slowly like to everybody else, but then she starts saying like, oh, this gorgeous man, like to her. It's super cute. I got the second one today, and I'm gonna start reading it after I read the other library book I have. But if you like the Apothecary Diaries anime, you should read the light novels. It's so good. It's so cute. I love that the romance of it is kind of like the back burner of the story, and you get more of, I guess, the politics of what's going on with the emperor and stuff, and what goes on, the politics of the consorts and how their lives are lived and how they go about, how they have their own politics within their own little world, and the mysteries and everything that Mama is trying to solve that they bring to her, even though she even says, she's like, my knowledge is limited. I don't know why you guys keep bringing this shit to me, but yeah, sure, let's figure this out. I'm curious. So I really liked it. It's very cute, super enjoyable. I highly, highly recommend if you like the anime. It's super good. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. It's kind of a long one. I'm sorry, but like I just really wasn't feeling up to posting. It's been a lot lately, and my life, in the world. The world is a mess and chaos, and it's just getting worse and worse by day. So like I kind of had to take a break because it's really affecting me a lot, and I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are staying as safe as you possibly can, and let me know how your reading's going. How is your reading goal looking now that we're right a few weeks away from the end of the year? Christmas is next week. How are you guys feeling about that? Got any awesome plans? But like I said, that's all I got for you guys today. And as always, stay awesome and stay safe.